Get him. Get him. There you are. All right. Hello and welcome, everybody, to tonight's fantastic Dinosaur and Mammoth. A mammoth amount of removal with the Thorn Mammoth. I think a lot of us probably forgot this was a card. I kind of did. It was in the back of my mind. Then I read it again and it kind of clicks. It makes pretty good sense. I want removal. I don't always have it with Stampede Dinosaurs here in Explorer, but Heaven, how's it going? How's it going? Yes, I love the intro as well, just spicing it up a little bit, having myself in the thumbnail. You know what you're going to get if you're new here. I only do dinosaurs, so get that out of the way, although most of you have seen what can potentially happen. Some of you have been here for years, like Heaven. Fantastic stuff right there. Let me just move myself over a little bit. See if I can get it perfectly just below the power and toughness. Oh boy. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see. Ooh, oh, wow. All right. Fantastic stuff. Nate, how's it going? Hopefully all is great with you. All is not going to be so great with opponents. Any opponent that has creatures, is it good to take them out? Yes, it is. That sounds a little bit silly, but I like to keep it simple. Oh my. Thorn Mammoth from Eldraine, the original Eldraine, not the wilds of Eldraine. The first time we visited there. 5 and 2 green for a 6/6 trample. When it enters the battlefield, it fights up to one creature we don't control. Or when another creature enters the battlefield under our control, it fights a creature we don't control. Yeah, I mean, Heaven. Mammoths and dinosaurs, well, maybe they weren't living together. Probably at some point. There's a lot we don't know going way back when. I imagine there was a type of elephant creature, a mastodon, mammoth, whatever you want to call it. They probably coexisted in some sense. Yes, an honorary dinosaur. Absolutely. But I just love taking out multiple creatures. Thorn Mammoth, it cost a total of 7. 5 and 2 green, which is the same as Tyrranax Rex. Fantastic. Maybe I played on turn 5, turn 4 potentially, with 2 Sunken Citadels, a Castle Gambrig, and another land. Let's imagine Thorn Mammoth is out, and this is how it's gone a few times today. Palani's Hatcher. Boom, that enters. It's 3 creatures. 3 creatures entering, 3 triggers for the Thorn Mammoth. The basic idea, I just fight a bunch of small creatures, maybe a bunch of creatures that are 2/2s, or 2 creatures that are 3 power, possibly. Hopefully something that is 2 power, 3 power, and then I finish it off with something else. Or I just don't fight the final creature. I still take out 2. I keep Thorn Mammoth's toughness, that it's only been dealt 5 damage that turn, based on the creatures that I fight, to do a little bit of math. If there's a lot of weak creatures, I could potentially just take out quite a few that have 1 power, but oftentimes it might just be a 2/2 goblin from Rakdos Midrange with Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Well, and then I take out a Blood Tithe Harvester, and I finish things off by taking out Shieldred. 3 creatures with 1 big thing. And if I clear the field or I get to attack with the Thorn Mammoth, that's perfectly fine by me. It's a big thing. It's got trample. Chances are it's going to take out multiple creatures. It might be on different turns. I play this, it fights. The following turn I play the good old Regisaur Alpha. 2 triggers, fighting 2 creatures, and then maybe I also attack with the Thorn Mammoth. If they block it, that's a 3rd creature taken out. Well, a 4th, because the first turn I played it. You get the idea. Pretty good. It should get me some wins, I would imagine. Having a bunch of creatures and flying creatures oftentimes just go, well, right over me. I don't have too much with reach at the moment, which is a little bit problematic. Take out the Ledger, Shredder, Angels. I actually took down Angels And it was in big part the Thorn Mammoth here. I just fought all the big stuff. Multiples did the trick. It's nice that my removal for multiple creatures is a big creature itself. Makes sense, makes sense. And because it's a creature, of course, it can be put on the battlefield with Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. Oh, it just makes a lot of perfect sense, at least for this variation. Maybe not for every variation that's making a ton of mana with a certain combination of lands, but for me, I think it's a pretty straightforward, easy upgrade. And speaking of an upgrade, this is not a dinosaur, but good. You guys are probably wondering, I'd had it on the back of my mind, the back burner, for a little bit now. Arbalest Engineers, a red and a green. When it enters, it could deal 1 damage to any target. I don't care too much about that. Really, the thing I'm looking at is create a tapped Power Stone token. Now, Power Stone's the new thing from Brothers War. Brothers War? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was called. You tap, you add a colorless. This mana can't be spent to cast a non-artifact spell, so I can't cast anything I have. I have no artifacts. You might be wondering, Castle Garenbreak. There you go. You can't cast a non-artifact spell, but it doesn't mean you can't use that mana for activated abilities. Arbalest Engineers, boom. It gets me ramp, it gets me closer in a stable way to activating Castle Garenbreak. Something else on turn 3, it's not pulling a land out of the library, which the lands are somewhat low. 22 tonight. I did up it. It was 21. I still keep getting there with the combination of Sunken Citadel, Castle Garenbreak. But I thought I'd up it. The 21st and 22nd land is 1 Restless Ridgeline and 1 Sheltered Thicket, which I actually did face another person using this deck on the ladder. If you're watching, I forget the name. I should have taken a screenshot, but it was lovely stuff. Basically the same. Commune with Dinosaurs, Ghalta. I didn't, unfortunately, pull out the win. My opponent got Ghalta Stampede Tyrant down. I knew it was over at that point. I conceded pretty quick because if I know I'm going to lose, it's definitely going to be against a deck I'm pretty experienced with. If I'm going to know right away, it's this one. But yeah, that was cool just to face it. Hopefully, maybe tonight if some of you guys are queuing up. Or if you're watching this back and we faced each other. Good stuff, good stuff. Okay. I say we jump right into it. Sideboard-wise, nothing too fancy. Rampaging. Ferocidon has moved to the sideboard. And the Runic Armasaur there. I felt like, in general, the Thorn Mammoth is going to be a little bit more useful. And Arbalest Engineers, possibly ramping and getting to that Castle Garenbreak more generally useful. And also, its other ability there. When it enters, we can put a counter on a creature, and it gains trample and haste. So that could be very, very important. Absolutely, especially if it's part of the batch of creatures put onto the battlefield by Ghalta. Maybe the opponent has some removal for Regisaur Alpha. It's giving everybody else haste. I'm ready to attack. And it's painful when they kill it before combat. I don't get to attack, and I might need to that turn because I'm so low. The opponent is going to kill me on the following turn. They might have a sweeper. I need to do as much damage as possible. So the Arbalest Engineers, at the very least, it could give whatever dinosaur is the biggest haste. Maybe Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. If that's all it is, Engineers plus Ghalta, boom. Put a counter on her. She gets to 13-13. She gets trample and haste. She already has trample, but at least she's bigger, has haste, and we keep up that aggression. So it's good at pretty much any point, which is quite nice. Early, I get the Power Stone token to power out Castle Garenbreak's activated ability. Later on, if I don't need it, boom. I give something haste and trample, and that might actually be Palani's Hatcher. 5 power, a 5/3. Sometimes it's the only thing that's giving everybody else haste, and I don't get to attack with it. So with the Engineers, potentially, well, that'd be 6 power, trample, haste. Lovely, lovely stuff. I'm excited. Whew. Ooh, good stuff, good stuff. Vivian Reed, snuck her in there. Just wanted a little bit more card advantage, the +1 and the -3, but also hopefully that -8. I've still never seen the emblem. I think there is an animation. If we get her to 8 loyalty there, creatures we control get +2/+2 vigilance, trample, and indestructible. The opponent probably would concede before that ever happens, but well, you never know. If I keep using, if I keep using her, I'll eventually get there. It's just generally good. Take out a flying creature, an artifact, or enchantment with the -3. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Bedrock Tortoise still in there. That's pretty good. Thorn Mammoth. That's, I think, enough interaction. Taking out multiple things. Then we got all the lovely tech in the sideboard. I say we jump right into it. Get them. And I do like the Sheltered Thicket, absolutely. My opponent who was also using this deck, they had that Sheltered Thicket, and it reminded me again, maybe I should put it in. Sunken Citadel, tapping for 2 mana for lands with activated abilities. That can be used for the Sheltered Thicket's ability to cycle it. Draw a card, certainly if I get it late and I don't need it. At the very least, I can try for something better. Nerdolfo, something black related, I think, with that Nicol Bolas avatar. Ooh, it's tempting. I could either see a Commune, a Sylvan Scrying, dig for the Castle Garenbrig. Lovely to see the Sunken Citadel. I feel pretty good. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. I'll keep it there. Hope for the best. Either, I see Castle Garenbrig itself, Sylvan Scrying to grab Castle, or Commune to dig to grab Castle. Okay, well, that's a wee bit rough. Very nice I didn't mulligan and keep something maybe riskier with a Commune and maybe 2 lands. This deck being black, chances are there's Thoughtseize or some sort of hand hate. It's always rough when I get rid of the Sylvan Scrying. When they get rid of the Sylvan Scrying early, and it holds me off of getting that key piece to assemble a bunch of mana. Ooh. Oh, what did I say? Castle Garenbrig, let's do it. Ooh, no land, unfortunately. I'll go with Palani's Hatcher. It does have a little bit better potential. Putting out more total power after it hatches both eggs. That could potentially be 11. Okay, well, maybe we'll get there. If I get a Castle Garenbrig next turn, it is definitely on. Or Sylvan Scrying. Mono Black Devotion. Ooh, this could be pretty painful with the Nykthos. I faced it before. Ooh, yeah. Okay. Hey, at least I got Palani's Hatcher. That's not the worst thing in the world. I'm just going to attack with an egg and see what happens. Might as well start to take out some of their creatures, potentially, that have Death Touch, but they probably want to maintain as much devotion as possible for Nykthos. This is going a little bit downhill. Oh boy. Grave Merchant and we die. That's not the most fun thing in the world. And a lot of their stuff has Death Touch, so Thorn Mammoth can only get one thing, and well, it's probably going to be it. At least I got another Palani's. I have a bunch of creatures that can block. The Nighthawk Scavenger is only 3 power, which might be helpful for us. Hopefully. Man, that's a lot of life. Phyrexian Obliterator is a pretty good card. I'm not dead yet. If I draw Castle Garenbrig, I could play not Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Just a wee bit rough there. Kind of got something together, but seeing what it is, Ooh, mono black devotion. Oh, they still didn't fix it. Back to nature potentially could be quite devastating. There is quite a few enchantments, black enchantments, that do lots of stuff, increase the devotion for Phyrexian Arena, you know, stopping them from drawing an extra card each turn, losing a life, but if they have Sheoldred, they actually gain 1 life. That has hurt them quite a bit. And seeing all the stuff with Death Touch, I don't feel quite as good about the Thorn Mammoth. I don't think they have a ton of removal. It's a lot of creatures, probably. Maybe Runic Armasaur I would like. You know what? I'll keep it like that. It certainly could have gone easily better. Just unfortunate I didn't dig and get that Castle Garen break. Castle scare 'em big. Oh.
It's a trap!
Oh boy, that's rough. Quite a bit better, my goodness. Vivian Reed, I kind of want to keep in. -3 to take out the Nighthawk Scavenger. They don't have too many flying creatures, but that thing's got flying and lifelink and death touch. It's not a pretty sight, but I think I'll still get her to the bottom. Definitely. I want to keep the Thorn Mammoth. Hopefully fight at least 1 creature that doesn't have death. Oh, there we go. Fantastic stuff. I'm going to dig. I'm going to see if it is another Sunken Citadel. Okay, that's not the case. Carnage Tyrant. Beautiful. I have enough mana eventually at this point. We're rolling in it. Carnage Tyrant turn 4. Thorn Mammoth turn... Ooh. Okay, never mind. Look how incredibly fast everything changes. I grab the second Sunken, use it as my land for the turn, and now next turn I can make 7 with Castle Garenbreak. 7, 8, 9 eventually. I'm flooded. All of a sudden I'm flooded. That is beautiful. Tyrranax Rex, see if they trade with it. Don't think they will, but I'm gonna try. Use up all available mana. I'm pretty sure they'll take that. Do it. Good. Chances are they didn't have much removal that could have dropped it. They might have had Sheoldred's Edict, something like that. Something that made me sacrifice it, which is not good. I'm just happy to reduce the overall... Carnage Tyrant. Now that's what we're doing. But just happy to reduce the overall devotion. Nykthos is not going to be doing too much for them. Thorn Mammoth at any point. Boom. We fight. We take something out. And possibly I'll have enough kind of soon to also drop the Arbalest Engineers. I'm just fine. Carnage Tyrant. Attack. Love it. Got to get rid of that Gifted Aetherborn eventually. Like I said, a lot of stuff with Death Touch. It's not so fun, but at least I do have Trample. A bunch of damage is continuing on through. I'll save the Engineers though. If I get a Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, it will enter the battlefield plus the Mammoth and the Engineers, and we'll be fighting. Oh, okay. I'm glad I saved this. There you go. Oh, darn. Shucks. Boom. See you later, buddy. Phew. If they don't have removal and they play just a creature, I play the Engineers and... Okay, oh fine. My goodness, this is pesky, painful. Commune with Dinosaurs, let's go. Somebody hasty there. I have so much mana. I can use a Commune. I can use a Commune and play Tyrranax Rex and still have 1 land left over. How amazing is that? That's pretty decent. Probably another Invoke Despair. Hashtag pre-recorded. Maybe it's another Commune to dig for another Tyrranax Rex, or I top deck it, or it's Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. This is what it's all about. Arbalest Engineers gives Ghalta Trample. Thorn Mammoth fights the Gifted Aetherborn. Oh! What was I saying? There you go. clear the way. Hasty, dead. Huh. Now.
Ruthless aggression.
Now that's a combination. My goodness. It was hard to fight through that. Sacrifice, and death touch. Ugh. But, that was like 10 minutes ago. I mentioned maybe it's just the engineers in the Thorn Mammoth, and then I had a turn where I used Ghalta to play just the engineers in the Thorn Mammoth. I could have fought to take out 2 things, plus give this haste, be left with a 2/2 to block, at the very least. That's pretty decent as well. Okay. Now I just have to do it again. Huh. Yeah, that should be good. Bedrock Tortoise, I left that out still because I think they have a lot of sacrifice stuff. Sheoldred's Edict, it doesn't target any of my creatures. Oh, okay, hold on a second. That's, barf.
Dang!
Barf. I mean, it is a little better-ish. No Castle Garenbrig or Sunken to start to make me feel good about assembling the... Okay, oh, phew, good. Eventually, once I can drag Palani's Hatchet to the bottom there. I like it. Hopefully no Thoughtseize, but they do have some Thoughtseize. Okay. I would say I jinxed myself, but I don't think that's the case. It's Thoughtseize is a fact of life. At the very least, I will be able to play a Carnage Tyrant if I get it by turn 4. That'd be pretty decent. I might have to sacrifice it to Sheoldred's Edict. Sweeper, of course, would be pretty fantastic against this deck with... Nope, I can't play that. With all their creatures that have Death Touch, 3 toughness or less, it's nice to take them all out. I don't have to use one of my... Oh, Phyrexian, okay. We're not dead yet. But, we might soon be. Painful. Okay. I know when our time is cooked. Darn. I'm just happy I powered through and I beat him up exactly like I was hoping. Either way, anytime I face that deck, which is not common, it is going to be a bit of an uphill battle. Just the Death Touch, taking out the big dinos, and all the ways they can sacrifice. Even Carnage Tyrant and Tyrranax Rex, they don't stick around too long, which is quite unfortunate. Yeah, if a lot of the stuff didn't have Death Touch, it'd be quite a bit better. Thorn Mammoth could fight just multiple creatures, maybe it's just Sheoldred the Apocalypse that would have Death Touch, but it certainly does the trick. A bunch of life gain as well. Painful. Oh my goodness, again. No lands. That's not gonna do it. Wacky hands tonight. My goodness, it's the night of craziness. But that's alright. 2 Sunken Citadels. I will be staring at 6 green mana. 2 Sunkens plus the Castle Garenbrig that I grabbed with Sylvan Scrying. It's not like it's actually that bad, which is pretty crazy to say. I like it. I hope. This does seem to be 5-color Fires of Invention. Enigmatic Incarnation. Something like that. That will be painful. Probably. But I do have Back to Nature. That's what we're looking for. Stomping Ground as well. Huh. I could play Regisaur. I'm probably going to eat a Leyline Binding though. Nah, we'll have it enter tap. Sylvan Scrying, grab a land. Wait and see what we get. Wait and see what they do. Whatever I play, I'm pretty much certain that it would get answered right away. Grab another Castle Garenbrig just in case they have some land destruction. That's always a potential. Nice to have a backup. Okay, Quintorius. So we are dead, unfortunately. I did face 5-color Fires of Invention, Enigmatic Incarnation today. Partly why I brought back to nature. Alright. So we got Rolling Vortex after they play the guy. Phew. I'm glad I didn't concede there. They might just be setting up for a Trumpeting Carnosaur, which still would get the job done. Alright. Can I make some sort of magic happen? Not too much. Vivian, I'm going to use that to dig for Ghalta Stampede Tyrant if we're not dead next turn. Like I say, it could just be Trumpeting Carnosaur and... well, there you go. Thorn Mammoth. If we have to take out some creatures, we'll do that at the very least. I would imagine we're done for this turn. Okay. That's how she goes. Make a copy of Trumpeting Carnosaur, discover, possibly find Quintorius, and chain all that. Yeah, that does tend to do the trick. But I have something against it. A little bit. Rampaging Frostodon. I don't have Roiling Vortex, partly because I'm just never facing it. Bedrock Tortoise has been good. Runic Armasaur. Although I imagine potentially I could just get rid of Runic. It is good. I mean, it buys time. Arbalest Engineers kind of buys time, similar to Runic. It blocks. It's a creature. It doesn't have nearly as much toughness, but it does help to possibly get towards Castle Garenbrig here. So Runic, if it did go away, switch it out with Roiling Vortex to at least give myself a fighting chance against this deck. Well, that would be good. Do I want some removal against the painful Carnosaur? Nah. That's going to be it. We're just going to hope to go off twice in a row before this opponent goes off. Rampaging Frostodon, at the very least, it pings, it stops them gaining life. And we might be able to slow him down, lock him out, possibly. Okay, I'm keeping that. 6 green at the very least. I like it. They do have some removal, but at least Rampaging with Quintorius, they're not gaining 2 life. Trumpeting Carnosaur. They might want to barf a lot of creatures, and if I have been aggressive enough, perhaps they would be too low that they couldn't have a bunch enter the battlefield. That's the idea, at least. Yeah, good old Rampaging. I like it. At least it's not a treasure. It's always painful stuff when you see that happen early. Or the Greater Tanuki, which they couldn't have done yet. They need 3 to cycle it. Channel it. So that might be happening right here. I'll go with Arbalest Engineers. Power up, power out Castle Garenbrig a little bit faster. If they haven't killed me, and reduce. Okay. That would have been nice. Interesting. And discovering 5, or discovering 4. Even though, trying to show you guys, even though reduce costs 3, it combines both of those. So it's as if this spell has a mana value of 6. And that's why Trumpeting Carnosaur can't ever discover this, or Quintorius. Pretty painful stuff. Also painful that they tap my lands. Huh. Yeah, that's darn. Buy themselves time. That's really all they have to do, unfortunately. Okay, well, that's how it goes. They weren't down enough, so really Rampaging Frostodon, combining it with Roiling Vortex, that's what you want. Rampaging stops them gaining life. Roiling Vortex deals 5 damage whenever they cast a spell for free, whenever they discover. But they also gain life. and they can stabilize. Even though I'm dealing 5, they gain 2 each time. Eventually, they make 2 copies of Quintorius. So afterwards, they're gaining 4 life. I'm dealing 5, and it just doesn't quite get there. They can make 3 copies eventually, and that's not a pretty sight. Gaining a bunch of life, ooh. Yeah. Darn. Yeah, I would imagine Runic can be good, maybe, possibly. The Arbalest Engineers, more useful just in general, for at least what I'm looking to achieve. Very different cards, but yeah, good at any point. If Runic Armasaur is put on the battlefield with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, that's not really achieving a whole lot. The Arbalest Engineers, at the very least, make something bigger, gives it haste, gives it trample, keeps up that aggression, helps for Castle Garenbrig. Yeah, something to think about. Of course, I could bring in Roiling Vortex. I could bring in a lot of hate against Quintorius then maybe I just wouldn't face it. It still can be wildly different every night. Paulo, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. I mean, it's all good here, even though it is a little bit painful. I'm going to risk this hand, though. 2 Sunken Citadels I like. See a Sylvan Scrying, grab a castle. We're in a pretty good spot. Orzhov. Black and white. Tokens. That might not be so good. Hopefully. Could also be vampires, which would be nasty too. A lot of death touch with those creatures. Well, I kind of like that. I'm going to play it. I could get that Castle Garenbrig if I draw it next turn. I'm able to go with Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. I think. No. 6, 7. I can make 7. That's alright. Orzhov tokens, it seems. Wedding announcement probably is going to be coming up somewhere in the mixture. Oh! Alright. Hey, at the very least I get a block and take out a creature. Pretty straightforward right there. It's always fun when I call things exactly before the opponent does it. Thorn Mammoth could be pretty nice if we get to it. I'll certainly play it next turn. If I could. Right, where's that Sylvan Scrying? Where's the Commune? It's always very tempting when I see 2 Sunken Citadels, even though it was a little bit risky. Having 2 Ghaltas. Worth a shot at least. I always like to try different scenarios. Painful, potentially, scenarios. See how it works out, and I've learned that I can make stuff happen with very little. Does the trick. They'll wait until Wedding Announcement gets the 3rd counter or transforms, and then all their creatures get +1/+1. All of them will threaten the Arbalest Engineers there, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Well, I never saw that coming. Orbendal Profane Prince. I actually kind of wondered about this at some point, because Palani's Hatcher plus the eggs makes a bunch of creatures. Westvale Abbey. They can pay 5, tap it, sacrifice 5 creatures and transform it. Then they untap it and they get that guy. Flying Lifelink Indestructible Haste, legendary creature, demon. Well, I'm not blasting through that. That's pretty good. Pretty good. So we see how valuable a sweeper would be. Man, well, that's my first outing against that deck. Rampaging Ferocidon seems to make a good bit of sense. Thorn Mammoth could be nice at some point. Taking out multiple creatures, though. Vivian Reed, sadly. Ormondal. Well, it would be pretty dull. Pretty dull if I tried to use this, because I can't destroy it. It has indestructible. Let me think. Nah. Tyrranax Rex I'm going to get rid of. I don't think they have a whole lot of removal. I want the pinging from rampaging to taking out multiple creatures with Thorn Mammoth. That could hold them off of getting Ormondal. If I can have Thorn Mammoth to fight, get a Regisaur Alpha, Palani's Hatcher, continue to fight multiples. I'm just happy I have a good hand to keep right there. Reasonable enough. Get a source of red, hopefully, for the engineers, which sometimes has been painful. The one red I need for this hasn't been easy to find. Sunken Citadel, sometimes I have to choose red when it enters, which is not the best. Okay, well, maybe Commune gets, there we go, the source of red, and it is a forest. Perfect for next turn. Double Arbalest Engineers, the 2 Power Stones to help for the 2 colorless of Castle Garenbrig's ability. Ooh, but probably Rampaging Ferocidon, I would imagine. Yeah, I want to start pinging and stopping them gaining life. And hoping they don't have much removal. That's going to be my best bet to keep up some good pressure. A little bit painful because it is going to ping me, but it's going to hurt them more. Phew, okay. I'm alright with that. I'm pretty sure they would have got rid of Rampaging Ferocidon if I had kept it in. Palani's Hatcher. Alright. We're still going to do some good stuff. Yeah, make more tokens. Do it. Oh, Ghalta Stampede Tyrant as well. Well, certainly Arbalest Engineers. Get that Power Stone, the first Power Stone. At the very least, I will be able to go with Castle Garenbrig next turn. Quite nice. The menace from Rampaging, pretty good. At least 2 creatures have to block it. That could be painful. They don't have too many creatures that can block, fortunately. Really, the Arbalest Engineers dealing 1 damage. That's the big thing. Really, if they get 5 next turn, though, that's going to be painful. They make 2 more creatures, playing well, let me think. Yeah, Arbalest Engineers taking out 1 of theirs isn't going to be doing a whole lot. They'd be left with 3, but they have 2 Skrelv's Hive, which makes a creature each of them. So I could see a scenario where they have the... where they have the Wandering Emperor. That's not what I was going to say. But where they have the 5th land, or they eventually get to Westvale Abbey. I guess they do need 6 in total. 5 lands plus that. Painful. I guess I should assume the Wandering Emperor is around if an opponent is in white somehow. I can make 7 next turn. I could play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Not too many more creatures to put out, unfortunately. Oh, that has first strike. What am I thinking? Oh, I almost missed that. Phew. The Sunken Citadel. I like that. Quite a bit. We might be able to make the magic happen. If I draw some creature that gives all my stuff haste, but I don't think that's gonna be, especially if they get another land here. They're gonna get the Westvale Abbey. Okay. We might be able to get them. It's nice that those Phyrexian Mites, they can't block. I'll take it. Alright, something with haste. Watch it be a third copy of Ghalta Stampede Tyrant there. Ooh. Hasty damage, get him. Rampaging Frostodon, that's not quite gonna do it, sadly. Nah. That's too bad, that's too bad. We'll get him next time. Pretty cool deck though, I must admit. Rampaging Frostodon, a very good potential there to ping, because those Phyrexian mites made by Skrelv's Hive, they don't have a choice to make them or not make them. It has to happen. So Rampaging Frostodon always pinging. It's just too bad we lost them to the Wandering Emperor. And that would have really brought the pain. Yeah. We'll get him next time.
Grant me revenge. And if you do not listen, then the hell with you.
I wouldn't normally expect to face it, but hey, Rampaging Frostodon is pretty fantastic stuff against that or any other deck with a bunch of creatures and a little bit of life gain. Even if it stops the opponent a few times from gaining life, that can be pretty good. Pretty rough tonight, Commander Crane. But it can't always be good. It would be pretty rough if I kept this one, though. Maybe if I had a Castle Garenbrig Commune to dig for Sunken Citadel. Okay, well, that's not rough. Absolutely beautiful. Keep in mind, oftentimes, well, I'm trying to get better at this, sending one of these lands to the bottom, because pretty quick I can get flooded. I can have more mana than I absolutely need. I'm kind of tempted to put Restless Ridgeline to the bottom. I'm going to do that. Getting a Sunken Citadel. 1, 2, possibly. Commune could dig and grab it next turn. That would be alright. Sylvan Scrying to grab the second one. I'm alright with that. Not the case. But at the very least, I'm good for my sources of red for the Arbalest Engineers here. We'll make it work. What did I say? It's always nice when it works out like that. But there we go. I have one Sunken, the Sylvan to grab the second Sunken, and now I supercharged Castle Garenbrig. So it's very good I sent that Restless Ridgeline to the bottom. With very few lands, I make a lot of mana. And I think that's really what has lost me. If I looked... Okay. Okay, the third one, well, that's something. I'll keep the Arbalest Engineers there. I don't need any more mana at all. I can play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant at some point here. Hopefully that happens. But yeah, if I go Castle Garenbrig next turn, I'm able to make 8, 9, 10 with the other Castle Garenbrig and the Sunken Citadel. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. Oh darn, I have to discard a Sunken Citadel. I really, really needed it. Commune with Dinosaurs, that could be a game changer. Unfortunately not. Or they would have hoped for you-know-who. But at the very least I can still play one of them. Play the other one next turn. Hopefully they don't have any removal for that Regisaur. It's always nice when they can give each other haste, keep up that aggression. But I'm pretty sure they have something that can kill someone. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, you can do it. Yeah. This could get nasty and ugly. Might as well trade with that creature, stop myself from taking a bit of damage. Oh, Tyrranax Rex, beautiful. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice it. Sheoldred's Edict, watch him. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. I could almost play Tyrranax Rex plus an Arbalest Engineers. 10 mana. 9 though. 9. Crazy. And I could have kept that Restless Ridgeline. No thank you. So I think this at least is a pretty good case. Have a bunch of lands. Most people naturally would want to keep quite a few lands, get the creatures out. But the specific combination that I have assembled here is supercharging everything. Lazav, the Multifarious. Pay X. He becomes a copy of target creature card in your graveyard. Do they have anything painful? Empty the Pits. This is the first time I've seen Empty the Pits. Delve. Create X tapped black zombie creature tokens. Well, that doesn't seem too painful. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Let's do it. You can do it. Oh, there we go. We got her. We got him. Dead. Done. Smoked. That's what it's all about. Whew. I love it.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Man, the Arbalest Engineers just putting a counter on Regisaur, giving it trample and haste, which it wouldn't have had. Make extra sure that I get the job done. Right on the spot. Doesn't matter what they have. Dead. Smoked. Eventually. Okay, that's pretty good. Still a bunch of their creatures have to block. They save themselves one turn. Okay, they don't. Trample. Trample does it. It often does it. A little bit of removal. That's probably on the menu for them. Bedrock Tortoise would be nice. Thorn Mammoth. I don't think they have too many creatures. Too many creatures that I care about. Trim that. Get the tortoise in. Get the job done. I always love using that tortoise. The opponent waits. They're going to maybe remove Ghalta, but maybe they'll remove something else nasty that Ghalta Stampede Tyrant puts on the battlefield. They let everything happen, and by that point it's too late. If Bedrock Tortoise is part of the combination of creatures, well, they can't target it that turn. Nothing. They're done for. But I like this hand. Seems crazy. Commune to grab the second land, and we're off to... Oh, excuse me. Okay, Commune to grab... You know what? We'll wait. I have my second land for the turn. If I didn't, certainly I would use Commune. But I could possibly draw Castle Garenbreak or Sunken Citadel. And then that would change what I want to grab with Sylvan Scrying here. I could wait even 2 turns, potentially. Okay, well that's something. Definitely use it now. And grab a Castle Garenbreak. Use that as my third land. Sylvan Scrying to grab the first Sunken. Commune maybe to dig. Hopefully get it. We'll see. I'll start off with Commune though. There it is. There it is. Perfect. I'm just happy it was my land for the turn. Sometimes I'm a little bit worried. It could have just straight up been Sylvan Scrying. Get Sunken Citadel out. Use up all available mana for the turn and continue to save Commune. I might need it at a later date to dig and grab something pretty impactful. Hopefully impactful. Usually there's something nice when you look at the top 5. Oh shucks, Nicol Bolas. Darn. Plany's Hatcher is out of there. I really hope they get the update fixed. All the different glitches. It's not been nice. Carnage Tyrant? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go with Carnage Tyrant. Get a nice big body down. Sylvan Scrying next turn. That's going to be good potentially. If I get a land that enters untapped, I can go Plany's Hatcher plus Ghalta Primal Hunger and really beat him up. Beat him good. Oh boy. Something up their sleeve, maybe. Yeah, just going to be Sunken Citadel. Well, digging for Sunken Citadel, I hope. A little bit worried. They do have the potential for counter spells. That's always scary, but next turn, absolutely explosive. I think we should be safe. We're at 9. Nicol Bolas is 4. Lazav is 1. Yeah. As long as Carnage Tyrant sticks around. Oh, they might have a sweeper of some kind. Extinction event. Not extinction event. Huh. Interesting. Well, I'll try for Palani's Hatcher. Really, I could just go Tyrranax Rex, come to think of it. If they can't counter or kill any of these guys, this would do the trick. Sheoldred's Edict. Ooh, they looked at it. Oh boy. They can't target either. Oh, okay. Okay, that does, interesting. Huh. I never would have guessed, yeah, the whatchamacallit, honorary dismissal. I really should have looked at the card, but they bounced the card that I controlled with the highest mana value, and never had that used against me yet with the big dinos, but it did the trick. Exactly what they needed to do. Kind of tempted to go with Thorn Mammoth though. Instead of Bedrock Tortoise, taking out Nicol Bolas and some of those creatures. Yeah, that's going to get us. If I had had the Thorn Mammoth, I think there was possibly a good chance we could have bought ourselves some time there. Even if it is just Nicol Bolas, not having to deal with a 4/4 flyer. Pretty good. That hand is also pretty good. Pretty darn fantastic. 2 lands. Oh, shoot, we'll never make it. We will make it. Sylvan Scrying to grab Castle Garenbrig. Commune with Dinosaurs to maybe see what I get. If I draw a land that enters untapped, I'll certainly try for Sylvan Scrying. Rockfall Vale, I need to have at least 2 or more lands for that to enter untapped. So it's okay. Cavern of Souls. You know what? I'll still use Commune and see what we get. Sunken Citadel, do it. Ooh, not quite, but Sheltered Thicket. I like that. It always enters tapped, and it is a forest to help the future Castle Garenbrig. Beautiful. And it is a source of red. Not that I need too many sources of red in a single turn. But it's nice to have a couple. Nice to have a land that isn't Sunken Citadel. I know the first one is green. I can easily activate Castle Garenbrig's ability. Ooh. Restless Ridgeline as well. I think that's going to be it. Yeah. It always enters tapped. Castle Garenbrig, like I mentioned. I got the forest from Sheltered Thicket. We have Carnage Tyrant next turn. Thorn Mammoth the turn after that. Fight whatever they have. Whatever they do. Should be good. We might just lose Carnage Tyrant to some sort of sacrificing thing. But at the very least, with the Mammoth, they're done for. Turn 5 Thorn Mammoth. Pretty decent stuff. Hey, at least I don't lose it this turn. They only have 1 mana. If they have something that would make me sacrifice a creature, it's probably happening next turn. If at all. Kroxa. That's pretty good. Don't exactly need the engineers. I was thinking of getting rid of the land because the engineers would help Castle Garenbrig activate eventually. And having 2 engineers, 2 creatures to trigger Thorn Mammoth a little bit more could be pretty good. Well, I guess it's that. No blocks. Carnage Tyrant is going to take out, well, Lazav the Multifarious. Kroxa cost 2, so it's pretty painful when they can pay 2 to make Lazav that, and yeah, it goes downhill, but we won't have to worry about him too much longer. Whew. Removal for something that big. I like it. And they can't even escape the one that is there, fortunately. Pretty good. Yeah, they're caught between a rock and a hard place. I'll let them stew in it. I need to get some more coffee. All right. Oh my goodness. Hold on. What did I miss? Well, there we go. Another Carnage Tyrant. Beautiful. Maybe they were thinking I would... Okay. That is painful stuff. The Arbalist Engineer is certainly going away. I'll just keep sticking them. Just very annoying, this Discovery Dispersal. 5 to bounce Carnage Tyrant. Ooh. That's also pretty good. They bounced it and then I had to discard it. Fortunately, I just have 2. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice the one that's out. And I can play it. I like that. I hope. Can't counter it. Whew. I'm just happy I got a chance to use that. It was very painful and annoying, maybe more annoying than Mono Blue Devotion, which I faced a couple of times here on the stream. Tons of mana, tapping all my creatures, bouncing a lot of stuff, making all my creatures not untap. Oh, yeah, definitely something I'd never expect. A very cool thing with Lazav the Multifarious. Again, copying Kroxa because it only has a mana value of 2. Seems like pretty good potential. Annoying potential. Whew. Okay. I'm just glad I got the job done. But when you lose, the ones where you feel bad, mill. I always hate losing to mill. No one likes losing to that. Almost feel that mill doesn't even like winning. It's like a necessary evil. Oh, I'm going to play this thing. I'm just going to make the opponent's deck disappear into their graveyard, and that's how I'm going to win. I don't know. I wouldn't feel too proud about that. Hey, if you enjoy it, you enjoy it. That's all that life is about. Try to find something that you spend your time with, that you enjoy. If you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? Unless you have to do it, of course. Yeah, always nasty though when they have some way to deal with Carnage Tyrant in Tyrranax Rex, I'm not always used to that. It catches me off guard for sure. Whether it's bouncing Ether Gust, one in the blue to either send it to the top or the bottom. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do. I've kept crazier hands. If it was on the draw, 2 chances to see the second land by turn 2 for Sylvan Scrying, I'd try it. If I had Commune, maybe if Vivian Reed was Commune with Dinosaurs, eventually after Sunken untaps, I've made it work. I've made it work before. But this, I could do it. If I have to send something to the bottom, it's going to be Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. I got 4 copies, so I feel pretty confident to... Okay, Esper, Yorion. Well, Thorn Mammoth is gone. This deck can be a thorn in my side, that's for sure. Whew. Restless Ridgeline, beautiful stuff. It was the only land, so certainly I am going to grab it at this point. But the Engineers at least, beautiful. Restless Ridgeline also, its activated ability. I can use a Power Stone from the Arbalest Engineers, and that's pretty nice. I do have a Forest. Would I like the Engineers? Possibly. I think I'm going to do that instead. Grab Castle Garenbrig next turn. Hopefully they don't do anything to the Power Stone, though. That should be good. Another Orzhov. Well, it's not Orzhov tokens. No, maybe it is. Orzhov Doom Fortold. It's got to be Doom Fortold. Alright, at the very least, I got 2 Palani's Hatcher. That feels pretty decent. I could have made Restless Ridgeline a creature. I would have had to use its 1 red mana to do so, so it would have been tapped, but the Power Stone used for its activated ability plus Sunken Citadel. The Manland angle, I must say, I really should explore it a little bit more. I don't think I gave Restless Ridgeline enough of a chance, at least a single copy. Well, it's good to have something as a backup if they are doing something painful, whether it is sweepers or something like that. Doom Foretold. There we go. Hey, I have to sacrifice the Arbalest Engineers. I'm fine with that. I got my benefit with that Power Stone token. I mean, I would have to sacrifice Palani's Hatcher next turn. Well, you know what? We'll keep up that aggression. A bunch of creatures to block. At least I get to attack with 1 token. That's always the thing. If you don't have something that destroys Doom Foretold, do you wait? Do you have no non-token creatures? If I didn't play anything, Doom Foretold would be sacrificed when it comes back around to our turn, if it was just lands and whatnot. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-land, non-token permanent. If we can't, we discard a card, lose 2 life, they draw a card, gain 2 life, make a knight with vigilance. It's not a pretty sight. And oftentimes this deck has stuff that benefits when it is sacrificed, like the Hopeless Nightmare here. It's not so hopeless though. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, I do have Back to Nature. That is going to absolutely decimate this opponent. 1 in the green, instant speed to take out everything this deck tried to do, cares about. Tyrranax Rex would be nice, but we might have to, well, we might not have a choice. Might not have any non-land, non-token creatures to play. Hey, I can attack with Restless Ridgeline. That's alright by me. Power up the egg. Actually, that's quite hilarious. The little thing would block at this human, but hey, Beseech the Mirror. That's not fun. It could be Sheoldred. Oh boy. Huh. Well, sometimes it's a land. Nothing much you can do about that. Yeah, we'll just play the good old Cavern of Souls and not conceding. Not yet. And we wait. And wait. Next turn, we'll get him. Well, next game, I mean. Back to nature. Bringing us back into contention. Yeah, at the very least. A dinosaur egg is a pretty good chump blocker. Save us taking a bit of damage. Really, one of my favorite points. 4 Palani's Hatcher. Multiple bodies in one. Just fabulous because of that fact. At least Doom Fortold is gone now. Hopefully they don't have another copy somewhere in their hand. That'd be extra annoying. Kind of like the previous deck. I'm not dead yet, probably. Okay, that's something. A bunch of blockers, a very reasonable chance that I could save myself. Buy some time, Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn. Perhaps. Well, you never know. I've won on less. As long as I'm not dead, the opponent could be. Or they just have some sort of sweeper, or another Doom Fortold, which would force us to sacrifice this Palani's Hatcher. Fatal push. That's good. Oh boy, what's it gonna be? Doom Fortold. Eventually, something's gotta happen. At least, Sheoldred is attacking. Okay, I'll take that. I hope they don't have another copy in hand. That's always annoying. That's alright. Not exactly alright. Another land. Painful. But I do have that man land, the Restless Ridgeline. Make it into a surprise creature and maybe trade with a few of them if they attack with everybody. I think they might be seeing red though. They might take that chance. Do it. You know you wanna. I don't think they're gonna do it, but you never know. Okay. Well, they don't have any removal for Restless Ridgeline, so it's go time. Good stuff. Really could have used the egg to block. That's alright. Painful are making 2 tokens here. Bouncing, Hopeful Vigo, plus History of Benalia. They'll still probably get the job done with the tokens that they have, unfortunately. At least Restless Ridgeline has proved a little bit useful, though. Yeah, that's just how it goes. If you draw multiple lands in a turn, as some of us do, there's no way around it. It's going to happen to everybody, even if you have a pretty low count. But I got one of the best things against this deck. Sweep all those enchantments, whether it's Doom Fortold all the enchantments with an enter the battlefield effect. Wait for him, maybe, to cast Yorion when its trigger is on the stack, when it's about to choose stuff, to exile and then return. Smoke them. Out of the water. Love it. Love it. Thorn Mammoth, well, I mean, it could fight the few creatures that they make, but certainly Back to Nature is going to be much more useful. Rampaging Frostdawn, that actually could be the very painful thing. Maybe. Nah, you know what? I'm going to keep the one Thorn Mammoth in. I don't think they have too much removal. Again, I don't think they have removal that I care about. If I'm getting there early on with lands and stuff, it's not tied to some of those early creatures. I don't care about fatal pushes or anything like that, which is nice. Always nice. That continues to make sense to me, at least. Pretty straightforward. You get there at a comparable rate, and sometimes you just straight up kill them, as that hand might do. Yeah, we're looking at Ghalta. 4 lands with the Sunken, the Castle, that's 6. Arbalest Engineers, the Power Stone, helps us to pay for Castle, so 7. We're left with the Cavern, 8. We're looking at Ghalta Stampede Tyrant right there, immediately. That's exactly what I could hope for. Now, hopefully not too many more lands. Creatures, or Commune, or a Thoughtseize to get rid of Ghalta, unfortunately. Which is probably what they're going to be doing. I'd be surprised if that wasn't the case. Okay. Oh, okay. Extra good. Quite nice indeed. We can still get it down. Cavern of Souls, I'll choose Human or Artificer just to get my source of red there. Beautiful. They're going to have a tough time with this. No, we almost got him. Soon. No more lands. No more lands. Or Back to Nature, really. I would love the Back to Nature at this point. Sometime soon coming up. Vivian Reed, that's pretty nice as well. I'll take it. Maybe the Arbalest Engineers draws out Doom Fortold. Vivian Reed as well. I could play it next turn, take out some problematic enchantment if it made sense to do so, but hopefully they... Okay. If I get a creature that gives haste, Palani's or Regisaur... Oh, they die. They're just dead. There you go.
You have no power here.
Boom. That's what it's all about. There you go. I knew that hand was perfect. Love it. I really wish I could show it. I love to explain things, but I did what I needed to do. Bam. Snap your fingers. They're dead. Perfect. That's what I love about this. And maintaining that consistency, looking for ways to make sure what just happened happens more often. I'm always on the search for that. The new Archdruid's Charm coming out in a couple days with Murderers at Karlov Manor, whatever it's called, the clue set. The Archdruid's Charm is going to be lovely. This hand kind of is. If there was a Sylvan Scrying, maybe instead of Vivian Reed, but again, seeing 2 Sunken Citadels, whew, it's nice. If there was a Back to Nature to take out all their enchantments, plus the Sunkens, no, I'll keep it. It certainly could be a lot worse. I either see Castle Garnbrig itself, I see Sylvan to grab Castle, I already have 2 Sunkens we're off to the races. Okay, that's alright. If they have a Thoughtseize, I don't have to worry about them getting rid of Sylvan Scrying or Commune or something cheap. I pretty much already have all the stuff I need. I just hope they don't have land destruction. I'll cycle Sheltered Thicket. Pretty fantastic that I can use one Sunken Citadel again for that ability. I have enough lands at this point. Oh, Archdruid's Charm. I think most people, they can't wait for Archdruid's Charm. Castle Garenbreak, Sylvan Scrying, Commune. Ooh. Well, the Restless Ridgeline has to enter tapped at some point there. And keep in mind, with 2 Sunken Citadels, 1 green, 1 red, I make Restless Ridgeline a creature. That's pretty efficient. I mean, if I made it a creature at any point, they probably would Fatal Push it. Doom Fortold. Where's Back to Nature when you need it? It would be nice to play it right at this moment. But even if you have 3 copies, even if you have 4 copies of a specific thing, there's still a pretty good chance you may not see it even if you mulligan, which I didn't do, but hey, could be good. Arbalest Engineers, I think so. If we get a Castle Garenbreak, I'm making... Oh, well. Too little, too late. Sadly, that is unfortunate. Kind of like Restless Ridgeline. They're tapped out, but I would use up pretty much all my mana. We'll wait and see what happens. I want to maintain that Back to Nature. See if they play another Doom Foretold, which I don't think is going to happen. Yeah, they're taking out Restless Ridgeline with a Fatal Push. I bet. Yeah, I'm not making it a creature. Not happening. Play some more enchantments, though. I hope. I'll probably use Back to Nature. At the beginning of their end step, put a counter. Transform it. Well, I don't want them to make stuff, do anything. We'll take out the enchantments now. Good. Pretty good chance that I'm going to be playing some nice creature next turn anyways. Hopefully it's a Castle Garenbreak. Yeah, Archdruid's Charm, just an extra way to search for that castle, put it onto the battlefield. I am thinking I'm probably going to use Archdruid's Charm plus Sylvan Scrying. So that's 8 ways to search my library for any land. I'm going to see. Oh, excuse me. Search my library for any land, and that's very consistent. Consistent enough for me. I'm just happy to get somebody down, but yeah. That's going to be good. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. I don't think it transfers too much, at least if I move off to the side there. I'm just happy to have some bodies and not have to worry about a potential Doom Foretold. But yeah, the Arbalest Engineers, which I'm using right now, I can pretty much straight up see myself switching this with Archdruid's Charm. I'm basically waiting a couple days until we get it, and then it's going in and it's never coming out. Because it's... yeah. Whew. I really could have talked longer about it. But I think I gave it enough thought. At least there's not much for Yorion to bounce. It's oh man, the best card in the set, at least for me, and I think it's probably for most people. At least I do see Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. A lot of lovely aggression here. I imagine they'll probably double block something to take out Carnage Tyrant. Yorion might be part of that package, which I'm fine with. Hopefully Tyrranax Rex next turn. That's alright. That's alright. I wanted to maintain Palani's Hatcher for haste, potentially for Ghalta. Taking out Yorion, a big creature with flying, I'm fine with that. Taking out 2 of their creatures, that's alright. Maybe could have sent a token towards them. It wouldn't have done much if it did connect. But chances are it would have just been chump blocked by one of their dinky little tokens. It doesn't have trample, sadly. I wish these dinosaur tokens also did. I'm a little bit sad that they don't. The original ones from Ixalan, they do. Maybe they were too good. They removed the trample. Hopefully that gets the job done. At least I have 2 creatures, 2 non-token creatures, so I could choose to sacrifice Palani's Hatcher there. That would be quite nice. Huh. A 1/4. It's gonna block the token, save themselves a little bit of time. A little bit of damage. Or maybe they take out Palani's Hatcher. That could be a possibility too. I might just hard cast Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. That would actually be quite hilarious. I don't know if I've ever done it, if I've had 8 actual lands and not Castle Garenbrick. My oh my. But if I draw Castle Garenbrick, that plus the 2 Sunkens is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I would be potentially making 11 mana. Crazy. Nuts. Actually, I thought Palani's Hatch was blocked by that man land, so I wanted to make sure I took it out, but I didn't see him switch with the token there, unfortunately. Not that. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Hopefully I draw another Tyrranax Rex at the very least. I would have Restless Ridgeline. Make that a creature. Castle Garenbrick, you can do it. Extinction Event is pretty painful stuff. Oh, there we go. Phew. That's why you have 4 copies of the big thing that you can pretty easily play. No more Extinction Events. No Doom Fortold. Forcing us to sacrifice it. Just be flooded. I hope. Flood. No suit. Oh. Well, it's not a surprise. They have a lot of things that can make me straight up sacrifice a creature, and if I only have 1 creature, it's going down. Sadly, maybe I top decked the 3rd one. That happened a couple nights ago, actually. It is possible. Or I get a land. Just play Ghalta, and then they don't have anything that can make me sacrifice a creature, but I think that they're gonna grab you know who. That's also pretty good. Tyrranax Rex. If we draw Tyrranax Rex, they are dead. They will get to enough poison counters. It doesn't matter how much they're at. Smoke them. Commune might actually get us something nice. Somebody nice. Yeah, it's got to be Palani's Hatcher. It's our best bet at this point. Just a bunch of creatures to stop them. We are at 6. That's getting pretty low. We probably weren't dead this turn, but they do have that mainland with the Restless Fortress. And ways to kill creatures. Many ways. No Fatal Push. At least it seems like they don't have Fatal Push. They would have used it pretty much right away to take out that 3/3 Dino. Huh. Seems like they're flooded a fair bit. Which is good for a change. Okay, just a bunch of creatures. Tyrranax Rex still could be coming up. You never know. At the very least, I could attack next turn with Restless Ridgeline. Make the egg a little bit big. Make it a 2/1. Yeah, oh, they're going to be aggressive, huh? Alright, alright. I like that. Potentially. Oh, I don't like that. Well, sometimes you just get flooded. Yeah, we'll wait and probably die. Certainly when they make that thing a creature, or they have some way to kill one of ours. That's unfortunate. Yeah, that tends to do the trick. Yeah, exactly lethal. Could have made Restless Ridgeline a creature, but at least two of their creatures would have connected. 2 tokens being a 1/1. Ooh, that was a wacky match indeed. Huh. Yeah, I'll get revenge eventually here. Took quite some time though. I mean, I had Back to Nature. It just didn't exactly do its thing. And sometimes it doesn't. They do have artifacts and various other things that have an enter the battlefield effect, gain extra value with that Yorion when they bounce it. Could have been good. If I had 2 lands, absolutely I'd keep this. With Sylvan Scrying, Arbalest Engineers, charging up, powering out that Castle Garenbreak. Oh, man, that got so much better. Basically perfect at this point. Hopefully they don't have you-know-what Thoughtseize. But I have 1 sunken plus a castle. Sylvan Scrying is going to grab the 2nd sunken, and oh boy, they might have goofed up. Oh my. That's what it's all about. 3 lands, 6 green, Carnage Tyrant, and now I'm basically flooded, which is pretty crazy to say. That's insane. And just using Sylvan Scrying, I get to grab Sheltered Thicket? No, Stomping Ground. Love it. Next turn I play Tyrranax Rex. Turn 4. Play something. Oh, Phyrexian Fleshgorger. That's a pretty cool card, but this is also pretty cool. I just wish this specific scenario happened a little more often. Or I just make it happen more often. Switching some things up. But if you're going to do something, that is exactly what you want to do. Surprise. Pretty amazing. Maybe they're kicking themselves. They have a Sheoldred's Edict. Of course, nobody is going to expect something like this. It looks like they might be returning that Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Some sort of reanimation. Oh, Phyrexian Obliterator. Man. 2 decks, 2 mono black decks using that. Extra wacky. I might be. I haven't exactly considered it. Is it better than Sheltered Thicket? I'll think about it. Probably. We'll see. Do I like Carnage Tyrant? Kind of. The most durable stuff. hardest stuff to deal with. Certainly I'm not attacking until I have lethal. We're going to begin to build that up. At the very least, play things they can't target. They will not attack with Phyrexian Obliterator ever. That's just not happening, especially while I have so much power out. Which is pretty nice. I got time. I just wait. A couple months ago I did face an opponent like this, and you just gotta have patience. If you have creatures like this, just sit back, relax until the turn where you absolutely kill them on the spot. That's all you can do. Whenever Phyrexian Obliterator is dealt damage, we have to sacrifice that many permanents. So that's yeah, that's not happening. Well, you can't target any of them. They probably can make me sacrifice them, perhaps. Eventually I will get Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. Another Carnage Tyrant. Love it. Maybe play the Thorn Mammoth next turn. Take out Phyrexian Fleshgorger there. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn, potentially to kill him. That'd be pretty good. But they're still not dead. I gotta wait a little bit more. And definitely, yeah, just sacrifice my lands as part of it. But if it is lethal, it's just all dealt to the opponent and they just die. Okay, well, that's a little bit unfortunate. Hexproof is OP. Oh. Well, there you go. That's what you get. Yeah. Love it. I hope. No more go for the throat. Ugh, that's not a pretty sight. Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. Anytime Vivian Reed, it might actually get us that. Okay, okay, no Thoughtseize, no Thoughtseize. They die next turn. They die next turn. Don't go Thoughtseize, don't do it. Oh, this is pretty thrilling stuff. I draw an extra card. Well, I could get an extra card, an extra dino to put on the battlefield with Vivian before I play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant and the Thorn Mammoth. You're going to see it could fight the Phyrexian Fleshgorger to start, finish off with Shieldred, so I have two creatures that are just completely out of the way. Done. Don't have to worry about. Whew, even if they take out Tyrranax Rex, we still should be good because of the Thorn Mammoth. That's pretty decent. A big thing, taking out two big things. I'm just happy to feature it a little bit. It is always kind of unfortunate. I bring in something that has worked for me before I started because I'm trying to spam and grind as much as possible, and I see good moments with, you know, something like the Thorn Mammoth, and then I do it live and it doesn't always show up. But that's the beauty of live. That makes it better. Use more mana. Oh shoot. Oh shucks. Smoke them. Man, and I get it. Oh. I don't even need the other Thorn Mammoth. Watch this. Watch this, folks. Good game. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, I've been waiting for this. I was hoping this would happen. Look at all those triggers. I can take out that one. Yeah. I'm pretty sure these happen first. I might be messing this up. I might have to choose Shieldred first, and I guess I'll take out the Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Dealt 6, I have... Yeah, we're fine with that. Take action, yeah, that's good. I guess I'll start with that. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, oh.
Unforgivable.
Phew.
You have no power.
Wrong one.
here.
Wrong one.
Ruthless aggression.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. I don't know. I probably don't really need Arbalest Engineers. It's a fine line. I keep seeing it's a fine line, and some of you guys using this list, maybe you've run into it as well. You don't have much, you don't have the combination, you don't have a castle or a sunken. Then all of a sudden you get this, you play it, you're able to make boatloads of mana. You don't even want to see Sylvan Scrying ever again. Arbalest Engineers. Oh my goodness, again. Whew, whew. All that damage is making me sneeze or something. Yeah. Definitely hit him with that power. Does the trick. It's hard to imagine prevailing other kinds of decks, prevailing through that. Certainly, it could be possible, building up enough of a board to blast through Phyrexian Obliterator. It's not very common. I wouldn't kind of think and have something specifically for it. But when you do face it, it's not a pretty sight. It does the trick. If you don't have so much overwhelming power, would they maybe kill stuff? Bedrock Tortoise? You know what? I'll keep it like that. That worked out pretty good. Patience. They were probably thinking, oh, we've got so much stuff, good power, lots of creatures, and then the Thorn Mammoth just goes pew, pew, pew. Pretty nice. Is that hand pretty nice? I'm going to risk it. I've already taken a game from them. I have 2 Sunken Citadels. Hopefully I see Sylvan Scrying to grab the castle for the 2 Sunkens, and then I'm able to make 7 mana right there. Or I get a castle, or I get Commune to dig for a castle. A very good chance to see that land eventually. Watch it be Carnage Tyrant, Tyrranax Rex, Carnage Tyrant. That's never fun. Okay, well, things are looking pretty good. If I get that castle, I'm going to be 1 away from Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. Absolutely ruthless with the 2. Oh. Also nice with the Arbalest Engineers. Okay, so if I see Castle Garenbrig, I will be making enough. Maybe not, I guess, with the 2 Sunkens. I can't use the Power Stone. We'll see. Well, we'll see. Commune, though. Let's dig for it. Let's dig for it. There you go, folks. Next turn I can play Carnage Tyrant. What did I say? Beautiful. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I have 4 Castle Garenbrigs, and then 4 things that directly grab castle, and then 1 thing that digs 5 deep to see a Castle Garenbrig. And after a few turns with a Commune, there's a very good chance I'm going to be seeing it, so might as well. Will the Arbalest Engineers draw something out? I don't think so. Again, it's a little bit unfortunate with the Power Stone. I don't need it. We're going to draw something out with Carnage Tyrant, though. Might be Liliana of the Veil. Something like that. Make them use up their mana. If I draw any land next turn, if it enters on... Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, they're about to die. Play the Arbalest Engineers. Let's do something that might draw out something from them. Deal the damage. Yeah. Ooh. Whew, devastating. I love it, knowing that they're dead, as long as they don't have so go for the throat, man. That's what I'm going to be doing next turn. Cross your fingers, no Thoughtseize. They're like, oh, shucks. They made me sacrifice Carnage Tyrant. Oh, darn. Oh. Hopefully they don't play a land in Oh my goodness, this is not even ruthless aggression. This is...
I am inevitable.
Wow, I've never actually done this. All 4 Palani's Hatcher and a Regisaur. Now that's a combination and a half. Oh, 8 egg token. Oh my goodness, this is pretty decent. It's good knowing you can do this, knowing you will win in the face of anything an opponent has done. Who is going to survive that? 15 things are attacking. I'm going to get a screenshot. Maybe I should trim it up into a short or something. I've been thinking, I wanted to do some more shorts. Clipping stuff, highlight moments of streams, recording myself, a good informative short, talking about something. Yeah, definitely. Heaven, it's about sending a message with the eggs. It cracks me up being able to attack with them. Oftentimes a creature with no power, chances are they might have defender, but just the fact that the egg can attack, it doesn't deal damage. It's about the message. It's about the message. Whew, okay. I think that is a pretty fantastic nightcap right there. I know. They got haste. And sometimes there are various ways to power up all the creatures you have. I've done that before. Just giving the eggs a little bit of power can get the job done. Extra damage, you might as well. Domri Anarch of Bolas. Putting a 1/1 counter on all the creatures you control. Something like that. Yeah. Doesn't get better than that though. Perfect stuff. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there for tonight. Get some sleep. It was a little bit rough. I think Thorn Mammoth, it didn't always show itself. It didn't show itself as much as I would have hoped for. But like I said, sometimes that's the case. It's a very small sample size doing it just like this. Did I need Arbalist Engineers? Maybe not. Switch it up for something different. Still continue to try things, a few things, but still maintain the ultimate potential of doing something so incredibly devastating. So much power. One hit kill, staying positive, knowing that I could achieve that. If I haven't quite yet, I get that Castle Garenbrig to supercharge and power out everybody. Get them. And Naya Dinos. I could think about that. Earthshaker. Cloak Phantom, that would be good. Sadly, if they did have Shieldred, I would kill myself because I'm pretty sure the Earthshaker, you don't get to choose whether you draw or not. That has hurt me in the past when I was using Earthshaker Dreadmaw. Not a pretty sight. I wish it was, we got to choose, like it is with the Runic Armasaur. It's pretty good. It's not that hard to add it in. Something to think about. I might just straight up start using Earthshaker. More draws. I can make enough mana easily. I don't need that Arbalist Engineer. Something to think about. And eventually, Heaven. Certainly Naya Dinos. I have Cavern of Souls, Secluded Courtyard, many lands that can tap for a mana of any color for a dinosaur, so it's a pretty easy splash, especially if the dinosaur from one of those other colors only needs 1 white or 1 blue or 1 black. That's not a big hoop to jump through. Yeah, painful stuff. And that's also why Up the Beanstalk has sometimes hurt me as well. I don't get the choice to draw. Shieldred is a pretty common card. We talked about it last night. It's a decent card. I don't think it'll ever get banned, but that's the gold standard now, that's for sure. But at least I can be the apocalypse more than her. That's a big apocalypse I did right there. All right. I could go on for hours. We'll leave it there for tonight. She'll be back again tomorrow as often as possible. Have a good night. Cloaked Phantom, Heaven, Blue Blur, Cut, Commander Crane, Nate, Paulo, anybody else watching right now, later on. Have a good rest of your time zone. Get some good rest. Dinos. Peace.